Raceroom have
Yes.
announced that they will be revealing or launching a very big update on September the 4th.
I mean,
I
their biggest update in years.
Yeah, I think in 3 or 4 years at least, since their biggest update. I think the thing that maybe is most interesting to a lot of people will be the graphics updates.
I agree.
Overtake.gg did a fairly good article where they, to be fair, at one point they pretty much just quote, but we can see some of the images here where you got at the top the old and at the bottom the new. Now, what I would say is that, like, I was reading through this, and it's not like mind-blowing stuff, but a lot of it is just optimization. So, for example, with this frustum stuff means that basically, rather than rendering everything, they're just rendering the stuff that you can see.
Yeah,
And so
which allows them to bump the quality with an FPS improvement.
Exactly. Yeah. So just doing this optimization stuff is really big. Also, they've just got a LUT now on the game, which is quite a simple solution, but like
Correct.
it makes it look a lot better when you can change the colors on the game and change the
Yeah, I saw that they've improved the shadow rendering, like the auto exposure's now there, so it won't just be one level of brightness now. If you're turning into a darker area under a shadow, you're going to feel the change. Yeah, so they've been able to bump up them reflections, lighting, bokehs, motion blurs, depth of field, all the juicy stuff that they have already had, but just not been able to implement because of FPS limitations. So yeah, like Sam mentioned, they've been able to get such performance gains that they can cram in high-res textures, graphics, lighting, all the good stuff. I actually thought you was going to say, I do agree it is graphics, but I mean, everyone loves GT3s, and they're adding the full 2024 DTMs, which are nowadays just GT3s.
Yeah.
And that does include the new McLaren 720 Evo, whatever you want to call it, that long name. The Lamborghini, the full spread of cars. But as a free, not free, because I doubt it's going to be free. The 1995 full grid of DTMs, which
Yes.
I mean,
We're not exactly, we don't have nostalgia over 1995 DTM, but I appreciate a lot of people will do.
correct.
And of course, they host the official DTM championships on Raceroom, so it is quite a big deal for them. They've got a lot of historic circuits as well coming. So Hockenheim, also Avis, the original Avis. I think that's that massive oval that used to exist with huge banking and stuff. I don't think that would be much fun, honestly, but it's coming. And then Defaults, if I pronounced that anywhere near correctly,
Better than
which
I'd
is
have said.
basically an airfield. I actually watched an onboard clip of that one in another sim, I think, and it is a insane circuit. It's like a Formula E circuit, but without it being in a city. In terms of like really like just narrow chicanes and stuff like that. Doesn't look fantastic, but I appreciate if some people have nostalgia, and of course they're filling up the cars as well. I think they've already got all the cars from 1993. But yeah, now they're going to have all the cars from 1995 as well.
Yep. Oscherslieben's getting a full laser scan and coming into the game. Nordschleife, Rebel Ring, Sepang, and a few other tracks that I can't pronounce are getting a full update, sort of I don't know if you want to say rescan, but an update, if you may.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, like, I've always liked this game. It was free, it was I think it was the first I ever downloaded of the quote unquote sim titles.
Sure.
But I just didn't play it because a little bit hard to set up back then and compare it to its rivals like AC and R Factor 2 back then for me. But it's always been around. It has a great following, especially on the classic scene. And yeah, I think this is a good quality of life update.
Sure is.
And it's on the 40th anniversary of DTM.
Yes. Yes.
But no, I'm looking forward to trying that out, actually.